Chrissy. You found my YouTube channel, Chrissy Love, where I talk about fragrance. Welcome, welcome. If you haven't already, please do subscribe while you're here. Leave a comment, give a like, whatever feels right to you. If you already are subscribed, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you being part of this family with me. I do have an Instagram channel for perfume specifically, and also a merch shop with my own designs. Links to those are down below. Today I am ranking the Kayali collection. Every single one. Every single Kayali perfume, and they just keep on coming. So if one comes out after I do this review, hit me back. I will be on it, I'm sure, shortly. I am going to start from the top of my favorite because I like talking about things that I like. So let's do that. So jump right into a review of the Kayali collection. Number one, my favorite and the newest, we have the Wedding Velvet Santal 35. Woo! Love it. So this is actually my boyfriend's favorite as well. So we align on this in general. Like, this is one of his favorite perfumes that I own. So this has top notes of jasmine petals and tea leaves, middle notes of white musk and cedarwood, and base notes of benzoin and sandalwood. And on first spray on my skin, it's a luscious, sweet benzoin with tea leaves. So very on brand. The dry down is this ambery sandalwood scent, but it's a really pleasing sandalwood. I usually really don't like sandalwood, but this just hits me right somehow. I still get some brightness from the tea leaves, but it's just this beautiful blend. It's melodic, it's moody, it's sweet a little bit. It's like this really nicely blended perfume. I think it also could be very beautifully unisex. So yeah, I am very impressed by this blend. Is it a wedding perfume? I'm not sold on that, but it's gonna be an amazing fall and winter perfume. Performance is excellent as well. Last projects, it's wonderful. So that is the Wedding Velvet Santal. And yes, it is my favorite of the two new releases, FYI. My second favorite is Vanilla, the OG 28. Look at that juice. Oh, it gets so dark and marvelous. I love it. So this has top notes of vanilla orchid and creamy jasmine, middle notes of vanilla infusion, vanilla sur absolute, and tonka bean accord, and base notes of vanilla orchid, tonka absolute, amber woods, musk, and brown sugar. And this doesn't develop on my skin too much, but I adore it. It's this gourmand brown sugar vanilla. It is dense, it's syrupy sweet. I think in the opening there's a hint of rubberiness, but it goes away. It's not a big deal. And the more I wear it, the more the tonka bean comes out as well, which is one of my very favorite notes in perfume. And it blends just beautifully with the brown sugar and vanilla. It reminds me a lot of this brown butter glaze I make for my banana bread, where you take the butter and you brown it in the skillets until it gets like slightly burnt, but not horribly burnt. And you add powdered sugar to it. It's delicious. And it's this like simple glaze that just like adds a little crunch. It reminds me a lot of that scent. And it's just decadent. And it's a beast mode performer. It's great for layering. It's great on its own. This is just the quintessential gourmand lover's vanilla. Adore it. Clearly, I adore it. Then third favorite is the Yum Pistachio Gelato, which is a newer release, and the bottle is so cute. I just love this color. This has top notes of Italian bergamot, pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, and cardamom. Middle notes of geranium, white peony, mugwort, jasmine, raspberry, white peach, and pear. And base notes of whipped cream, marshmallow, cotton candy, Turkish delight accord, cocoa, cedarwood, sandalwood, and tonka. And what is not there to like about this one? At first spray, it's this nutty whipped cream scent on me. It's pretty light and airy. And then in the dry down, it's this kind of creamy, sweet pistachio. I get a bit of a cotton candy vibe. To me, this is very playful. It's not super complex. It's not super original, but it's just like a sweet, decadent pistachio whipped cream kind of scent, and it's yummy. It's just delicious, and it's a great performer. Short of beast mode, but it's still a really excellent performer. So I really like that. Then I have a little teeny bottle of this because I'm probably not going to go through a full-size bottle, but it's the Wedding Silk Santal 36. So this came out together with the wedding pair here. So let's talk about the notes first. So this has top notes of sparkling champagne, white freesia, and blackcurrant, middle notes of lush nectarine, pink praline, jasmine, rose damascena, and orange blossom, and base notes of sugared musk, sandalwood, oak moss, amber woods, and vanilla absolute. I say this is probably the more complex of the two. On first spray on my skin, it's a yummy, sweet praline, and I get this juiciness from the nectarine. It's kind of syrupy sweet. It reminds me a lot of an upscale version of Victoria's Secret Scandalous, which I love. And the dry down is this romantic, sweet, musky cloud. The sandalwood in this doesn't get to me either. It smells kind of like the color, like it is, like baby pink color. It's romantic, it's feminine, it is complex. I think it's a really classy, unique perfume. Definitely, I could see wearing this as an attendee to a wedding, if not wearing it in the wedding. I think it doesn't like hit my emotional trigger points, which is why the others are above it, but this is a solid, gorgeous perfume, and the performance, of course, is excellent. So that is the Wedding Silk Santal 36. Right on the heels of that one, I have Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. This is the last one on my list that I really think I could own a full-size bottle of and be pretty happy with, because I really do love it. I just haven't gotten around to buying it yet. So Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, let's talk about the notes. It has top notes of pink pepper, bergamot, royal lily, and saffron, middle notes of Bulgarian rose, rose centifolia, magnolia, and vanilla orchid, and base notes of sandalwood, patchouli, musk, and amber. And at first on my skin, this is like a peppery, sweet rose, but the dry down is a pungent, slightly spicy rose. Like, I actually really like it. It is kind of in the vein for me of like Van Cleef & Arpels Rose Rouge, though it smells different. This is a more like spicy rose, but I like it about as much in terms of a rose scent. My boyfriend calls it a like hoe scent. So I don't know if that's what that really means. I think it's because it's like really strong and it's like kind of indelible. You can't get away from it, which is probably why he says that. But, performance-wise, it's a total banger. It lasts and projects. It's really great. So, I really do love this as far as rose scents go, which are not usually my favorite scent. I could definitely own a bigger bottle of Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Now we're going to get into some that I don't think I really need to own full-size bottles of or anything more than I have at least right now. So number 6 on my list is Eden Juicy Apple. And this has top notes of juicy red apple, black currant, pink grapefruit, and lychee. Middle notes of wild berries, raspberry blossom, jasmine, and rose centifolia. And bottom notes of vanilla flower, amber crystals, sugared moss, and sensual musk. I don't think it's really as complex as those notes might suggest. On first spray on my skin, it has this like bright green apple appeal. It's kind of like a hard candy, like not a natural apple smell, but something very sparkling, still very crisp. And then the dry down, I get that same profile with like lychee coming out, which I know it's not one of the notes, but it has like kind of like a fruity scent to it beyond just apple being the fruit. It kind of has more of a gummy candy smell in the dry down on me. Performance wise, the projection really just stopped at the 4-hour mark. I had to respray it, but it was still on my skin. And I think this could be a really good gym scent. It is fresh. It's a bit generic, fruity, floral kind of. At the very beginning, it reminds me a bit of L'Imperatrice 3. But in the end, it reminds me more of like a fruity, playful, like Escada type perfume. So definitely not bad, but not something I really feel like I need to buy. The number 7 on my list is Citrus, which I have a little sample size bottle of as well. So Citrus has top note. Actually, I'm only seeing keynotes on their website, not actually the breakdown, but notes of bergamot, pink grapefruit, rose centifolia, musk, and oak moss are the notes. First spray on my skin, it's a pungent blood orange and lemon. It's zesty, it's fresh. It has a really nice sweetness to it, actually. Not gourmand, but like just enough that it's not total freshy. In the dry down, I'm getting salted grapefruit vibes. So it's still very fresh and clean with a little bit of sweetness in it. Performance-wise, though, it is really just a skin scent on me. It's a great scent. I do like it, but I tend not to reach for citrus scents, which is why I will not be even really bothering with getting a full-size bottle of this. I know I just won't really use it. Number 8 on my list, Lovefest Burning Cherry. So this has top notes of bergamot, raspberry, and black cherry, middle notes of rose damascena essence, jasmine, sambac, heliotrope, and praline, and base notes of palo santo, guaiac wood, patchouli, Peru Balsam, Tonka Bean Absolute, Vetiver Heishi Essence. I don't know if it means like Haitian vetiver maybe. And ambretolide. I don't know if that is like ambret, which is like muskmellow. So I'm first spraying on my skin. This is a straightforward but very rich cherry scent with a very slight campfire vibe underneath, which is actually kind of cool. And the dry down, it's this nice blend of like cherry with a very light smokiness, not overpowering smokiness, just like enough to give it a little bit of oomph, a little bit something different about it. Otherwise, it's not very complex. It's kind of like a cherry scent. I, again, don't really reach for cherry scents very much. This is the size I have. So I think I'll probably go through this and then be pretty good. But as far as cherry scents go, it's quality. It reminds me of like a dark, deep, rich cherry. I enjoy it. I do. I'm just probably not going to really reach for it. But this is in no way like a bad scent. I'm not dissing it. I think it's actually a really great cherry scent. Then I have Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli, which I have in the cute, adorable little sample size bottles, which I love so much. I could just collect these on their own. Now, this has top notes of vanilla orchid, creamy jasmine, and golden rum. Middle notes of vanilla infusion, vanilla sur absolute. I don't know what that is, but that's the second time I've gotten that one. Tonka bean accord, spicy rose bouquet, smoky leather, and creme brulee. And base notes of sugared patchouli, musk, brown sugar, amber, and royal oud. And this is actually as complex and cool as it sounds. So the top of it, on my skin, it's like an ambery vanilla. It has patchouli in there. It's pretty sticky sweet, actually. It's a very pungent patchouli, not like a clean, easy patchouli. It's like a straightforward, in-your-face patchouli. In the dry down, it's like a sweet incensey patchouli. It has like a very Middle Eastern vibe to it. It's still sweet and creamy from the vanilla. I think it's gorgeous. It really is a gorgeous scent. It's a bit overpowering with the patchouli for me. So it's not my scent profile, but I think it's a complex, gorgeous scent. And when I do spray this on my skin, like you can see I've used very little of it. I put on like one dab and that's enough for the day. It's intensely strong. So for that reason also, I just don't need to buy a bigger bottle than this. But it's really nice. I like it. So now we're getting into the final five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so for these 5, I am not interested at all in them. I really don't like them. They're not my profile. I don't think they're really that great, but let's just do it. Let's go down this rabbit hole with me. You've gotten this far. May as well hear the bashing part of the show here. So Elixir is number 10 on my list. And so that has notes of red apple, rose de mai absolute, jasmine sambac, patchouli, and vanilla. And yeah, on my skin, it starts off like a candied rose petals with jasmine standing out quite a bit for me. It has like a tinge of like a dirty patchouli that I really don't like. And the dry down, I know the ingredient is patchouli, but I get this like rose oud vibe to it. It's very fresh rose. There is like no sweetness. It's very mature. So I really just don't like it at all. Like when I do rose, patchouli, anything even like that could be considered challenging, I need some sweetness to balance it. And there's none of that on my skin in Elixir. So that's just a real heck no for me. Performance-wise, it is amazing. It really sticks around. Musk is my next one. So Musk has notes of lotus flowers, sheared jasmine, musks, vanilla, and creamy sandalwood. My problem with it is it's just too clean and fresh, which could be a good thing for somebody else. So it starts off a fresh laundry clean musk on my skin, and then it really stays the same into the dry down. It's just too clean, too fresh, too like squeaky clean, you know. I don't know. It's just way too fresh for me. There's like no sweetness, but it could be a really good layering musk if you want that. It's a very clean musk. Performance-wise, though, it was just really a skin scent on me. It didn't really project. Then number 12, I have Utopia Vanilla Coco. And so this one has top notes of pear blossom, Italian lemon, and coconut, middle notes of gardenia, tuberose, and ambrette, and base notes of patchouli heart, vanilla bourbon, and musks. And, you know, I tried this one. I don't even have a sample of it anymore. I got rid of it so fast. I really didn't like it. I'm actually struggling to recall why I didn't like it, but I know that as soon as I got it and smelled it once, it was gone. So I don't want to lie to you and like make up something about how I remember it being. I don't actually really remember it that well, but that's why it's low on the list. Because all I remember is I smelled it and was like, absolutely not, instantly. So full honesty there. Second to last on my list here is Déjà Vu White Flower, which has top notes of green pear, white nectarine, and lush gardenia, middle notes of Indian jasmine absolute, orange flower, and tuberose infusion, and base notes of crystallized patchouli, cashmere woods, Sri Lankan sandalwood, and Tahitian vanilla. And this is just way too floral for me. So floral lovers will love this. I mean, on first spray, it's a pungent, bitter floral. And the dry down, it's like a flower nectar with musk thrown in. It does sweeten up a little bit, but I like the dry down so much more than the opener, but the opener lasts for like 2 hours on me. So I just can't get through that pungent, like intense floral to get to the slightly sweeter dry down. Performance-wise, it's excellent. It lasts, it projects, no issue at all with that. Now, very, very last here on my list is Invite Only Amber. And this has top notes of black cherry, honey de Provence, tobacco leaf, and chocolate hazelnut accord. Middle notes are rose centifolia absolute, rose damascena, and citrus leaf. And base notes are oud oil, cypriol, fermentage musks. I'm not sure what fermentage musks are. Amber resin, benzoin, sandalwood, patchouli, and vanilla. And this was just awful for me. Like, I smelled it out of the bottle and hated it. I put it on my skin anyway, hated it. It's just like a spicy, floral, nasty, like, I think it's sandalwood or something that really gets to me. Something about it just made me feel like nauseous wearing it. I hate Invite Only Amber. I know there are those who really love it, but just on my skin, it's just awful. That's all I can say about that because I don't have it in front of me anymore because I obviously got rid of it as soon as possible. So yeah, that is my review, top to bottom of all 14 of the current Kayali fragrances. I would love to know your order of things and which ones you've tried. It's a prolific house. They just keep pumping them out. And I don't think they're suffering for quality by doing that. I think they're putting out some really great stuff. The most recent additions are super exciting to me, my favorites so far. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and thanks so much for being here. I hope you have a very beautiful day.